This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
.15 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Romesh Piris and read by Mario Vijayawardena. The headlines. The head of state says, the doctrine preached by Lord Jesus Christ encompasses a body of teachings that contributes to the perpetuation of society. The Colombo Archbishop emphasizes the importance of spiritual well-being, honesty and compassion. National Safety Day to be celebrated with limited participants. COVID-19 recoveries tally on the rise. The Dhatu Mandira Puja held in view of the Navy's 70th anniversary. A special traffic operation until the 6th of January. In international news, US parties wrangle in Congress after Trump shuns stimulus bill. In sports cricket news, Sri Lanka skipper Dimuth Karnaratne says he has faith in the seam attack to trouble Proteas batsmen. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa says the doctrine preached by Lord Jesus Christ encompasses a body of teachings that contributes to the perpetuation of society and can be utilized to revive the economically, socially and culturally disrupted world in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. In his Christmas message, the President said it exemplifies the noble values that make up the foundation of a civilized human society, such as peace, love, kindness, coexistence and compassion that Lord Jesus Christ preached and demonstrated by practice. The President said he is aware that the Christian brethren of this country celebrates this Christmas while still anguishing in the bitter pain created by the brutal attacks that took place on Easter Sunday over a year ago. Nevertheless, the head of state expressed that the feeling of fear and insecurity that was generated is dispelled, and as a result, the confidence has been bestowed to engage in religious observances freely. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa in his Christmas message called for a safe Christmas under the health guidelines. The Premier appreciated the services of doctors, nurses, volunteers, the military, the police officers and everyone in service who tirelessly contribute to the community's welfare and safety during these perilous times. The Archbishop of Colombo, Malcolm Cardinal Ranjit, says an appropriate investigation must be carried out to determine how the coronavirus pandemic emerged. During a Christmas Mass, Malcolm Cardinal Ranjit said people cannot assume that the coronavirus pandemic emerged on its own. The main midnight Mass of the year was held at the St. Sebastian's Church in Kandana. During the Mass, the Cardinal said the destruction to the environment by those in power and extremist poverty are a concern. Malcolm Cardinal Ranjit noted the importance of spiritual well-being, honesty and compassion. 771 persons who contracted the novel coronavirus have recovered and have been discharged from hospitals, raising the number of recoveries to 31,339. 7,707 persons, including 3 foreign nationals, are currently receiving treatment for the coronavirus at 65 facilities across the country. 432 suspected COVID-19 cases are also under medical observation at present. The number of COVID-19 cases confirmed in the country remains at 39,231, following the detection of 592 patients yesterday. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Save your card with a balance transfer facility from People's Bank. More details at peoplesbank.lk.
An event to celebrate the 70th anniversary of the Sri Lanka Navy was held at the Kalaniya Rajamaha Vihara yesterday. This special occasion was presided over by the Commander of the Navy, Vice Admiral Nishantha Ulugathanne, and it was also attended by the President of the Navy Seva Vanitha Unit, Mrs. Chandima Ulugathanne. Commencing the religious segment of the Navy's 70th anniversary, which fell on the 9th of December 2020, the Kanchika Puja and flag blessing ceremony were held at the Ruwan Valley Saya and the sacred Jaya Shri Mahabodhiya in Anuradhapura on the 12th and 13th of November. Accordingly, the special Dhatu Mandira Puja of the series of religious events came into being at the Kalaniya Rajamaha Vihara with the precedence of the Commander of the Navy on the 24th of December. The special traffic operation for the festive season, which was initiated at 6 a.m. on Sunday, will continue for a period of 2 weeks until January 6, 2021. The police media spokesman DIG Ajit Rohana said 9,000 police officers have been deployed on the roads in order to detect persons who violate road rules. In addition, the DIG stated that the seizure of 113 vehicles, including 73 motorcycles, 26 three-wheelers and other vehicles in respect of drunk driving offences. The government of Japan has provided a total sum of $636,262 to the Mines Advisory Group for humanitarian demining activities in northern Sri Lanka. The grant contract was signed on the 23rd of December 2020 at the ambassador's residence in Colombo between Mr. Sugima Akira, ambassador of Japan, and Ms. Emily Mbaye, interim country director of MAG. The project will contribute to the efforts of the government of Sri Lanka in ensuring that mine-contaminated areas are safe, enabling the resettlement of displaced people and enhancing directly or indirectly more than 8,000 people's livelihoods in the Mana and Vavuniya districts. The Deputy Inspector General of Police Ajit Rohana says the annual transfers of policemen have been postponed. The police media spokesman said the transfer schedule for the 15th of January have been postponed to the 15th of March owing to the coronavirus pandemic. The DIG said the directives were issued by the Inspector General of Police Chandana Vikramaratne yesterday. That's local news.
Save your card with the balance transfer facility from People's Bank. Transfer the balance of another credit card to a People's Bank credit card with the lowest interest rate. More details at www.peoplesbank.lk.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
It has been decided to hold the National Safety Day tomorrow, commemorating the 16th anniversary of the tsunami catastrophe with the participation of a limited number of people following the guidelines issued by the health sector. Accordingly, the Disaster Management Centre stated that steps were taken to conduct interfaith rites at the district level. However, considering the coronavirus situation in the Colombo district, the centre has taken steps to give alms to the mothers at the Mallika Elders Home in Kollupitiya and pay their respects to the deceased.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
In Watch Life, a police spokesman DIG Ajit Rohana said the annual transfers of police officers, which were scheduled for January 15th, have been postponed till March 15th due to the COVID-19 pandemic. He said transfers have been postponed following the orders of the IGP CD Vikramaratne. That was Watchlight, and now in world news headlines, US parties wrangle in Congress after Trump shunned stimulus bill. Japan draws up plan to go carbon neutral by 2050. Mexico, Chile and Costa Rica begin mass vaccination. Democrats and Republicans have blocked each other's attempts to amend a vital $900 billion stimulus package after President Donald Trump sent it back to Congress demanding changes. The coronavirus economic relief, which comes with a $1.4 trillion federal budget attached, was agreed by both sides. But Mr. Trump said one-off payments to Americans should increase from $600 to $2,000 and foreign aid should be cut. Without the bill in force, many Americans face an uncertain Christmas. The Japanese government has come up with a concrete action plan to achieve net zero emissions of greenhouse gases by 2050. The Committee on the Growth Strategy adopted the plan on Friday. It says measures to deal with climate change are not a costly impediment for the economy, but an opportunity for new growth. The plan calls for raising renewable energy use so that it accounts for around 50 to 60% of total output by 2050, although those figures are described as reference rates instead of goals. A Mexican nurse became the first person in Latin America to receive a coronavirus jab when her country began its vaccination program yesterday. Mexico has received an initial shipment of 3,000 doses of the US-German Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine. The country has one of the highest pandemic death tolls in the world, behind only the US, Brazil and India. Meanwhile, Chile and Costa Rica also began administering Pfizer-BioNTech. And now the main points of the world news segment. Once again, US parties wrangle in Congress after Trump's shunned stimulus bill. Japan draws up plan to go carbon neutral by 2050. Mexico, Chile and Costa Rica begin mass vaccination. That was world news. And now in development news, South Africa is reportedly considering a reduction in tariffs for tea exported from Sri Lanka. Addressing an event in Colombo, outgoing South African High Commissioner in Colombo, Robina P. Marks, has underscored the need to recalibrate its trade strategy in Sri Lanka and the desire for a more balanced trade relationship between the two countries. High Commissioner Marks said that South Africa has been able to expand its trade footprint in Sri Lanka and that overall trade stood hugely in favour of her country. South Africa is Sri Lanka's largest source of imports and the second largest export destination in the African region. That was development news. And now in sports news, in cricket, Sri Lanka's skipper Dimuth Karunaratne says he has faith that his seam attack has the quality to trouble South Africa batsmen in their upcoming Test series. South Africa hosts a Sri Lanka team who have brought one of their best all-round pace attacks in recent times. Experienced seamer Surangal Akmal is the only concern from a fitness point of view, having picked up a niggling injury in training. Speaking ahead of the series, Karunaratne said he is confident that the likes of Dushmantha Chamira and Lahiru Kumara can match their hosts for pace. That was sports news. And now in business news, committed to empowering the homegrown talent of sportsmen and sportswomen at the national and international level, Dialogue Axiata PLC, Sri Lanka's premier connectivity provider, will continue its long-standing partnership with Sri Lanka Cricket till 2023 as the official national team sponsor of Sri Lanka Cricket. Dialogue will help enable the growth of both men's and women's national cricket teams across all forms of the game.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Hello, Puta. Did you land already?
We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy.
Calm down, everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge.
LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
The Census and Statistics Department announced yesterday economic activity has seen a 1.5% growth in the third quarter of 2020, with a normalization of business activities and return to new normality after the first wave of the COVID-19 pandemic. Releasing the national accounts estimates of Sri Lanka for the third quarter, the DEC has said this favourable condition affected on economic activities to perform well, especially in the third quarter, and has resulted in recording a 1.5% positive growth rate in the economy for the first time for 2020.
Congratulations on your promotion. It will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
And now for the weather report. The Met Department says several spells of light showers will occur in the northern, eastern, north central and Uva provinces. Showers and showers will occur at several places in the Sabaragama province and in the Kaluthuragala and Mathura districts in the afternoon. Fairly heavy showers, about 50 millimeters, can be expected at some places. That was the weather report. And now the headlines of this news broadcast once again. The head of state says the doctrine preached by Lord Jesus Christ encompasses a body of teachings that contributes to the perpetuation of society. The Colombo Archbishop emphasizes the importance of spiritual well-being, honesty and compassion. National Safety Day to be celebrated with limited participants. COVID-19 recoveries tally on the rise. The Dhatu Mandira Puja held in view of the Navy's 70th anniversary. A special traffic operation until the 6th of January. In international news, US parties wrangle in Congress after Trump shunned stimulus bill. In sports, in cricket, Sri Lanka's skipper Dimuth Karunaratne says he has faith in the seam attack to trouble Proteas batsmen. So that concludes this news broadcast. And now, before I hand over to Chandima Veerakone on the other side, let me take this opportunity to wish our dear listeners out there a very Merry Christmas and a wonderful New Year 2021 ahead. But for today, it's a very merry and blessed Christmas to you, dear listeners, and also to you, Chandima Veerakone, on the other side, all set and ready this Christmas evening to keep our listeners in great company, Chandima. So over to you.